Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to our Tribes tutorial series. This is going to be the fourth video in the series. We're going to be looking at the Juggernaut class. As you can see by my really large shadow on the wall there, I am actually in the Juggernaut class. It is the heaviest of the freely available classes. It is also a lot of fun to play. But it can also be tricksy. Its weapons can be a little bit unconventional. You'll note that the spin fuser starts to look familiar, but it's not the spin fuser you've gotten used to for the Pathfinder class. You'll notice that it is green. It does pack a little bit more of a punch. It is one that you're definitely going to want to experiment with a bit. This is the map Sunstar. It is one of my favorites to play the Juggernaut in because of the nice wide open spaces. The rolling hills don't allow for some really crazy speeds. You can get some crazy speed, but the capper lanes, the routes are definitely in a very predictable way because they have to go through this hooded structure over here, this force field that is up guarding the flag. So let's go ahead and let's roll on over to the enemy base and let's cause some damage, Now, so you know, skiing is a lot slower, so we're going to use our big spin fuser to get ourselves some momentum. Note how much health I've got, though. 2,000, that's not bad at all. So what you're going to want to do when you get over to the enemy base, you're actually going to want to start launching mortars. My favorite thing to do is right into the hood. They hate that. You're gonna get a lot of kills this way. This is the fusion mortar. It does a lot of damage, but it fires in a nice, beautiful arc. You'll take a look. You think, oh, the capper has gotten away. Oh no, sir. He grabs the flag. He's heading off in that way direction. Oops. Wait for it. Wait for it. Poof, you get credit. Your teammates can go over there, recover the flag. But a very fun thing to do, like I said, bouncing around those mortars inside the hood. That is something that I love to do here on Sunstar. But the problem is, of course, that in Sunstar, everything is dependent on the generator. So if we go ahead in here, we talked about the importance of that generator last time. If we drop down this little tube here, they've got their generator right here. Let's go ahead and let's not be nice to it, shall we? No, we're so mean. Oh, generator's down. Notice how much more quickly we took out the generator with the fusion mortars. They're very, very powerful. This tube right here, a lot of the maps have these tubes, these glowing blue tubes. These are actually infinite energy tubes. You'll note that my energy bar is not going down as I ascend this tube here. That does not mean that you have infinite thrust. If you do enter the tube at a low rate of speed, if you're falling, for example, it is still actually really difficult to get yourself going back upwards again. So keep that in mind. The fusion mortar is also really good at taking out things like turrets. No, bounced off. So, anywho's, stupid turret. You'll notice that the hood is down. The little hood here, and it makes capping lanes much more accessible. This is something that you might want to do on this map for your friends, is to go ahead and give them a little bit more in terms of options for this thing. But it's still fun to launch mortars onto the flag stand. Why? They're still going to be standing around there. My personal favorite thing to do with the Juggernaut is wait for them to grab the flag. They start heading out, but the flag runner gets killed. Aw, sad day. But oh wait, all of the enemy team is now flocking to the flag. Oh, let's just plop a mortar on there. Instant quadra kill. I've done it several times. On this map it happens all the time. Llama's going to grab the flag, is going to come over here, drop it right about here. All you got to do is plunk a mortar down on top of it, and all of the enemy players converging to return that flag. They're all just going to get vaporized. This thing will take out a Pathfinder in one shot, get a nice little artillery strike attribute that comes up. It's really a lot of fun. You got to get the timing down for the mortar, though. That's the really important thing. Getting that timing down for how long it'll go before detonating, as opposed to launching it, say, here, at which point it sits. You can bounce them, actually. So definitely things to think about. If it goes a little bit farther, it'll bounce a little better. See? Things like that. Another thing I like to do with the Juggernaut class is I have unlocked the spin fuser discs as my throwable item. It's awesome. It's really nice for a 1-2 punch because the grenades don't have a reload time, so you can actually hit them right after you launch off your disc launcher. Fire a disc, throw a grenade. Oh, it's awesome. It's a nice little 1-2 punch you can hit people with. See what I mean? It's a nice way to take out Pathfinders, things like that. Be careful working against other juggies. You also got to remember when people are coming down these hills, you need to sort of estimate where they're going to be going. They're coming down here. You're going to want to launch one there so they come down and poof, it gets them. It's also good playing Juggy to play in a defensive role. Take a look here. The defensive role is called the heavy on flag. That is where the Juggernaut physically stands himself on the flag. Right here. Now, I've had tons of people bounce off me, flag cappers trying to come in, trying to grab this flag. They're just going to bounce right off you. It's called a body block, and you will definitely score a lot of points with your teammates if you know how to body block. You actually just step slightly in front of the flag, so it'll knock you back into it instead of letting them grab it. You just whoop, jet up slightly so that they don't grab it over your head, and bunk, they run right into you. There is an attribute you can equip to your heavy armor classes called Super Heavy. Super Heavy actually makes you a lot less immune to propulsional effects, like people hitting you with discs and things. It won't knock you as far off the flag. Also, it does a lot more damage if people collide with you. So cappers coming in at a high rate of speed, if they hit you with the super heavy attribute, it usually kills them. And then they just throw those nice little ammo packs right at you. It's quite handy. So the heavy on flag, again, there are better classes for doing this. There are better classes for doing things like attacking the generator or for heavy on flag, but these are the free classes. If you see that there's not a Doombringer or another Juggy sitting on this flag, go ahead and park yourself here and just let the cappers try and take it from you. Also, don't be afraid to disc yourself. If they're coming in for a grab, you know they're going to get by because you've been knocked out of the way. Oh no, so don't be afraid to shoot yourself. It's not going to hurt that bad. That concludes what I've got about the Juggy. Stay tuned for our next installment.